geophysicist studies the properties of our Earth and tries to use them to make life simpler for all of us. Did you know, for example, that the Earth is actually a giant magnet? And who knows, there might even be an enormous fridge in the room with the Earth sticking on it with a bunch of scribbled papers underneath. Wouldn't that be something? And the Earth is not only a magnet, it's also a stove. The core of the Earth is so warm that all of the stones become liquid, a kind of mega hot sphere of melted chocolate. Wouldn't that be really tasty? I mean, you'd think that after millions of years, that chocolate would have cooled down, right? And it does cool down, otherwise we wouldn't be able to stand here. But deep inside the Earth, it's still burning hot. What is completely crazy is that the ground can also behave a little bit like a battery. If you stick some electricity into it, it will charge itself. The thing is, this charge usually fades out very quickly. So unfortunately, it's not like we can just charge our phones in the ground. Okay, well that's all nice, but I can see you're all thinking, what's the use of all of this? So just why is geophysics useful? Well, it's really useful because thousands of years ago, the Chinese already used the magnet Earth to find their way around. In fact, the Chinese emperor used a special stone that also behaves like a magnet and is actually attracted to the top of the Earth to guide his army through the fog all the way to the enemy. The same Chinese also made a device to measure earthquakes. It looks like a large pot with dragon heads and frogs around it. And when there was an earthquake, the pot felt it, and the dragon actually spit out a ball that was eaten by the frog. So not only did they know that an earthquake had happened, but they also knew the direction of the kingdom they had to come to go rescue. And so they didn't have to wait for the messenger, who was on horseback, to take several days to get there. Now, actually, we still use these special properties of the Earth today. For instance, we use them to find gold or to find oil under our very feet. We send electric shocks to the ground and we see if it's difficult or how difficult it is for the current to get through. For instance, did you know that gold allows the current to pass through much more easily than ordinary sand? And so we can find real treasures with electricity. We can also use the heat produced by the Earth to heat our homes. That energy source is much less polluting than burning wood or burning coal. And really, it's ready to go from right under our feet. In Reykjavik, in Iceland, that's no longer a future music, for example. Recently, there was a search for a painting. It was called The Just Judges by Van Eyck. That was just stolen a long time ago in Ghent, Belgium, with a device that sends a signal into the Earth and then measures how quickly that signal comes back, which is called a radar device. If there's suddenly an underground cavity below you with a painting hidden in it, we should be able to see that cavity with the device and really be able to find the painting. Isn't that cool? Unfortunately, the researchers still haven't been able to find the painting. But that has more to do with the detective work than with the geophysics. To make a long story short, geophysics studies the properties of our planet, the Earth. The Earth has many cool different properties, including magnetism, conductivity of the current, and an extremely warm core and a cooling crust that surrounds it. This is not only cool, but it's actually very useful. We can use these properties to find things inside the Earth and show us the way to heat our homes, and many other different kinds of things. So be sure to come back later to learn more about geophysics.